Hi, I'm Monica Hartnett. I am in your Monday reimbursement methodology class. I apologize ahead of time. I'm not really feeling very good. I'm kind of sick, so I might stop a few times, try to remember where I was. But my project was actually on Blue Cross Blue Shield. The reason I chose it was because growing up, my father had Blue Cross Blue Shield, and I was in Michigan. When I moved to the state of Wisconsin, I also noticed that they had Blue Cross Blue Shield. And then during our reading for this last unit, it actually found out that Blue Cross Blue Shield is nationwide. Blue Cross Blue Shield originally started out as two separate companies. It was Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They were two separate ones. In 1929, they merged, per se, and actually became the first prepaid plan for a little boony hospital out in the middle of nowhere, which was pretty awesome because they never had any insurance like that. Blue Cross Blue Shield is one of the oldest insurance companies in the United States, and actually, on top of nationwide insurance, they have global insurance coverage. When you go to look for a doctor in their network, you can also look for doctors outside of the US within their network, which was pretty cool. So if you're a big traveler, I would definitely recommend Blue Cross Blue Shield because of the coverage that they offer. For California, I also found that the rates for a person were about $71 to $72 as of last year, and for a family, it's about $165. Compared to the insurance that I was offered through my work, I was offered a $273 biweekly payment, and that was just covering myself. So if you're an individual that's looking for health insurance coverage, I would definitely recommend Blue Cross Blue Shield, or to go to the healthcare marketplace, because the healthcare marketplace also has some plans from Blue Cross Blue Shield. So that's really cool. You can either look by yourself, or you can have the help from the Affordable Care Act kind of coming in and swooping. Excuse me. I have to keep reading. I had to do this on my laptop, so I have to look on my phone in order to see what I had written. This is really awkward. I'm sorry. Blue Cross Blue Shield partnered with the federal government back in 1966, and what that partnership did was it helped Medicare process their claims and their payments. Blue Cross Blue Shield kind of came in and said, hey, we see that you guys are struggling, and now they're one of the top, I don't really know what the word for that would be, but they're one of the top people that go through and work on the claims and work on getting out payments. You know, they have their hands on a lot of different things. I really do like Blue Cross Blue Shield, although I don't know if it would be something that I would recommend in Wisconsin. I was finding a lot of different information through their website, which is where I try to get most of the information from, because it just seemed like the most reliable site that there was. And in somebody that's like my case, where it's low income, I don't really know if I would recommend it. I would probably recommend that an individual goes to the state and see if they could get state assistance first, or at least see what the state quota is for income, because there might be better options. But if you're kind of in a pinch and you're like, hey, I don't know what to do, you can always see if you qualified for the insurance through Blue Cross Blue Shield. My father has always had really good luck with them. They've covered most of the procedures. They have a 70-30 co-insurance, so they'll pay 70%, you pay the 30%. The deductible that I was finding was a $1,500 deductible, which is pretty low. The deductible for the insurance that I had at work was about $5,000. So $1,500 out of pocket versus $5,000 out of pocket before the insurance kicks in. Kind of would suggest going with Blue Cross Blue Shield. This is probably by far the least professional one that you've ever had. I'm really, really sorry. Please don't grade me too bad on this. Blue Cross Blue Shield does a lot of covering of employees. They are the main insurance for companies like Microsoft or General Motors or I think USPS or UPS. I believe it's UPS. They really try to focus on, the families of working individuals. They really try to focus their coverage on laborers and retirees. They do a lot of coverage for people over the age of 65. I also found that in Upper Wisconsin, they offer catastrophic coverage. So with all of the flooding that's been happening in Upper Michigan, that would be a fantastic pickup because they're not just offering health insurance. They kind of try to full spectrum what their insurance is covering. Granted, you have to pay for it, but it's a little bit better option-wise than what some of the other companies are going to give you. I hope that this was kind of what you were looking for. I don't remember the last time I had to give a voice presentation, and I apologize because I know that this wasn't the best. But I learned a lot about Blue Cross Blue Shield, and if I had the option, I would probably pick them up personally. Like I said, the coverage that they offer is really well-rounded. They really try to make sure that the people that they're covering aren't going to really get more or less screwed over with the premiums and the rates and the plan charges and all of that other stuff. They really try to okay, well, this is what we're going to cover, based on what appointment it is going to base on whether or not you have a copay. They try to work with an individual, I think, a little bit better than some of the other insurance companies that I've had to deal with personally. So I don't know. I hope you don't mind this.